They hate you unless you give them money, which they still hate you. Welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right to it. First topic. Do you think MSNBC should fire this Nicole Wallace woman who made these insane comments about this 13-year-old boy? Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then lived to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Wow, when you see that, you really realize that if you say something like that and turn that moment political, because that was the only moment in the whole, the whole speech that couldn't have been politicized, right? Just the 13-year-old boy who beat cancer. But if you're somebody who's willing to go on TV, tell the nation, just make up some crazy story like that, and say, oh my God, I hope he survives because, Trump people are terrible. She found a way to make it about Trump, but the only way she could make it about Trump was just inventing this insane story that, hopefully he survives, right? We just invented this insane situation. Everybody, oh, well, it already had, no. It was completely fake, but yeah, it's just insane how this woman could actually think up something like that and say it on TV. Now, if it's me, obviously, okay, look, it's free speech, right? You have free speech, you can say whatever you want, but you don't really have free speech on somebody else's network. So if it's my network, I can't, with a good conscience, put that psycho back on air. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I will not have somebody on my network that's willing to say something that stupid, right? Even if I am some TDS network executive that hates Donald Trump, I still cannot put that type of TDS out there, right? You would think that even the people with some mild TDS would know that, okay, yeah, that's unacceptable right there. We can't be putting that on our network anymore. You gotta go, because you're just a psycho, right? You're just a psycho. But all right, let's get to the next topic. Trump has told the mayor of Washington, D.C. to clean up the homeless encampments. Folks, people like to think that the homeless, they're just great people down on their luck, but this is such a huge problem. Listen, I live in California, right? I understand how terrible the homeless situation is. It has become a public health issue, right? It's a public health situation now, because you know why? These people, right? They're just going around all day. They're getting dirty. They're just shitting anywhere, folks. Who knows where these people are shitting, and they get feces all over them, right? I guarantee you, because they go in the bushes and then they just pull their pants up, right? And then they go to your beloved Starbucks, right? The Starbucks you go to, and they sit inside the place, right? With all the dirt and crap on them. They're just sitting inside because the woke-ass Starbucks employee ain't gonna tell the homeless person with feces all over him to leave because, he just needs a little helping hand, right? He needs a helping hand. And that's the thing, right? The whole helping hand. Now, these people, their families have given up on them. They've tried 5, 6, 7 times to get them help, and they just won't do it. You know why? Because they prefer doing crack, okay? Or heroin, or tweak. Whatever their drug of choice is, right? They've completely given the middle finger to society and said, F off, I don't care about being a productive member of society anymore. These aren't just great people down on their luck. I get the whole homeless veteran who's dealing with PTSD because he saw some crazy stuff and went through some crazy stuff in a war. See, I get that. That makes sense. We should be helping those people. But these scumbags who are just doing drugs and couldn't help but do drugs, no. And they're making everywhere you go, like your Starbucks, like your Panera Bread, they're just making it unhealthy for you to even sit down, okay? Because they just sit down and you think, I'm gonna go to Starbucks and get my work done and sip my latte. But then you go sit in the seat that the guy with feces all over him just sat in because he was drinking his water, his free water, you know, because he's really helping the business. But yeah, the homeless situation is just, it's terrible. It needs to be cleaned up. And we need to stop looking at these people like they're just some great people who are just down on their luck. They hate you unless you give them money, which they still hate you, okay? So quit prolonging the problem by donating, $5 to these panhandlers on the road that are just going to go buy more drugs, okay? Because that's all you're doing is prolonging their problem. But all right, let's get to the next topic. Some new data has come out from the University of Texas about trans mental health when it comes to not having the surgery and having the surgery. I'll go ahead and put up some pictures that show some numbers. But yeah, I mean, come on, people. If you didn't realize, of course, that you have worse mental health after you go through the surgery. What do they think that just, all of a sudden mutilating your body is going to just take away all your problems? See, what really happens is these people are told, oh yeah, you go through the surgery, of course you're a woman, everything's going to be great once you go through the surgery. And then they realize, oh wow, I went through the surgery and absolutely nothing's changed, but I realized that everything everybody was telling me was complete bullshit, right? So now all I know is that the doctors betrayed me, my therapists betrayed me, my parents betrayed me, right? So of course you're gonna spiral out of control mentally, and your mental health's just gonna suffer, and everything you were dealing with just is gonna amplify. I mean, there might be like one person who pretends, oh no, I'm doing great, I love it, I'm so cured now, I'm cured, right? No. The majority of the people are going to go through it and realize, wow, I went through it, can't go back, and I feel like crap still. I'm still not like the awesome person I thought I was going to be. I'm not like killing it in life, I was told I was going to be great and killing it in life, but now I just feel way worse. Of course that's going to happen, folks. Of course. When you mutilate your body like that, that type of thing tends to happen. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So the left's new thing is creating fat JD Vance memes, which, it's a little, first of all, it's pretty weak, dude. I mean, it's just not even that great of a meme. It's not even that clever or witty. You're just making a guy look fat. But I do think it's a little hilarious coming from the party and, the side of always talking about how you can't fat shame people, and how fat people, they're just so healthy. It's not, being fat isn't unhealthy, right? Isn't that weird that those are the people who are now making JD Vance fat and fat shaming JD Vance? It's classic, how these people will tell you how healthy they are, and then they just go have heart attacks and, whatever. But yeah, I just hope they keep the same energy, because see, our side, we don't really do that. We don't go fat shaming people or really make fun of people's appearances all that often. But now you've set the precedent. Now you've set, okay, it's okay. We can make fun of fat people again. We can fat shame. So the next time we see one of these non-binary, fat, morbidly obese people with purple hair crying into their camera on TikTok, I mean, I don't condone it, but if people want to just start calling that person a fat POS, you set the precedent. So, just keep that same energy when it comes back to you. Because when it has been put on you in the past, even when we said, yeah, that's not really healthy being fat and like that, you told us it was, and you told us that was fat shaming. So keep the same energy, and when it comes back on you, if you can't handle it, well, that's just too damn bad, right? Because that's the road you went down. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll be seeing you.